everybody. Welcome to another night of critiquing photography. We've got a number of images that have been sent in, and we're going to go through and talk about them and make some suggestions. I've got a group of esteemed panelists in the background waiting in the green room. We're going to be coming on very shortly, so if you're going to have any questions, write it in the chat, but we're ready to go. And let me bring on Larry and Amberly, and we've got Wayne in the background, so here we go. So let's start with this here. We're missing a guy. Hi, Wayne. How's it going?
Yeah, very well. How about yourself?
Good, very well. Amberly, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Enjoying the sunshine.
Hey, it's a great day, isn't it? Yeah, to be out. Larry?
Yes, I'm good.
Yeah, looks
Good
like
to
you got
see
some
ya.
sun today.
That's the second time I've seen Amberly. I think a week
Yeah.
ago I saw her.
That's good. That's good. She's a regular. She's a pro, you know.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's good to have somebody like her on our little board of interesting photographers. But I don't know where Mike is. He's got a spot waiting for him. But anyway, we've got a number of photos were sent in, and so let's get at them, and I'll bring them up here, and let's talk about them. So let me oops. Oh, I just messed it up, I think. No, I didn't. No. Let me go and start off with the very first one here. That one there. So, obviously, this is taken from the streets of. I know where this is in Richmond, and it's a little parade of little people.
Well, that's actually, I had a list of 6 here, but I see that you're putting that as number 1. So that was done, very close to your house.
Yeah.
In Steveston. And I was putzing around quite a bit. And that was the first time I was learning. Let me see, which camera did I have? Oh, yeah, that's when I had the X100V. That's the first time I've actually started using it. So I was putzing around lots and lots of times and stuff. So this picture I actually had to, trim it down a bit. And I had to bring up some of the darkness, just because the kids were quite dark. So I had to bring that up. So it could be a little bit bigger, but yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So I consider this a street photography.
Well,
Does that work for everybody?
Yeah, it's interesting. You get all these kids on the street. It's something different. You don't always see them there. So it looks like all of them are just about wearing their masks, so they're all being well protected. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a very interesting photograph. Wayne?
A group, I think you could really call that a leading line.
There you go.
So
yeah,
there you go.
What, a leading line?
A leading
What do you
line.
mean a leading
Yeah.
line?
Yeah.
That's
a good,
in both sense of the word, Larry.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, it does lead you into it, from the front right to the back.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have a leader there.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
Well, there's
and
actually
it's a
leaders
line
in
of
the back,
people.
too. There's a whole bunch of people. I think it's all from a company or something like that. Hey, that was very close before I picked you up, Frank.
Yes. Yeah. The area looks very familiar to me. I walk along there a lot of times. So, but I mean, it looks great, Larry. It's well exposed and it's sharp from the front to the back. So yeah, well done.
If people can tell me what I could do to actually improve it, that would be very helpful. Say, what should I do to it?
What about Amberly? Maybe
Anybody know what to do to improve it?
Well, I maybe. Go ahead, Amberly.
No, go right ahead.
To me, I would focus on one or two people, or maybe a group of kids there, and get a little lower to the ground. Because I think when you're taking pictures of smaller people, you want to be at their height. I think little kids especially get ticked off at people who are always looking down on them. And this is not a criticism, but I would have got down to their height and maybe just taken the group in between the two leaders and maybe moved around a bit to focus in on them. I don't know. That's just a suggestion. To me, that's not to improve it. It's a very good photo. That's just one suggestion I would have done, is got a little closer and a little lower to the ground.
Well, as I mentioned, that's the first time I was using that particular camera, and I was just starting to learn how to do the street photography type stuff. We're learning it again. So anyway, I like it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the main thing. Amberly, what do you think?
That's the important thing.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say that from a journalist point of view, I think this is actually a great photo to showcase how life is today in Canada during the coronavirus. You've got, a group of kids. Yes, they're out and about, but they're also showing, safety by wearing masks and all that. And I think that this is a great piece actually for historical moments where you can look back and say, hey, you know what? I remember taking this, 20, 30 years from now, kids won't be having to do that. They won't need to do that anymore. But you can look back and say, this was a piece of history. This is what kids had to do back then, in 2020, 2021, when coronavirus was, a big deal. So on an artistic standpoint, it could be improved. I think Wayne actually said a lot about more on the portraiture side because there were humans involved. But as a whole, the image alone, I think, is very good for journalistic stuff or even historical keepsake.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's pretty good too in that aspect.
You know what, Amberly? I never even thought about that, but you're absolutely right. Some of these photos that we take on the streets now are going to be something that people aren't going to see down the road, because just our time that we're in, So I don't know if the other people on the panel had thought about that, but that's a heck of an idea.
Yeah, no, that's a very good suggestion.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go on to our next one and see what we get.
Cool.
Wow.
So yeah, this one's a cool shot. Again, with lots of motion in there, but we've got some sharpness in the rider. It looks like maybe he's a food deliverer or something. Going on the scooter. And yeah, I kind of like that little red line. Almost kind of mimics him kind of coming by again. So. But it's very, very well done. It lots of motion, lots of things happening in it, and again, it's another one of those ones like Amberly was saying with he's got a little mask on, so it's something that we're not going to see again. Come a few years down the road. So it could be a little historical thing also. So very cool.
Yeah, I might just add. He. This again is a panning shot, and I can't. It's my picture, but I can't remember, and I can't see how many seconds I had at
1/15 of a second at f8.
1/15 of a second, yeah. And for those of you interested in panning, I think that you have to be slightly higher, maybe 1/5, maybe 1/30th of a second. I tried a number of these, and a lot of them didn't work out. So maybe 1/15th of a second is a little too slow. But I'll keep working at it and see what we can do. I was lucky to get this guy in a bike lane and nobody or no cars around or anything like that to distract.
I don't think you're wrong on the 1/15th of a second, Wayne. Most of these are like when you're panning is if you can follow what you're panning with, you'll get that person sharp and everything else kind of blur, in there. So But yeah, I think it's.
Well,
I think it's
that's
right.
what you're trying for.
Yeah.
You know, I can't remember what that red thing is that you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mark,
It just kind of mimics him again, you know. Yeah. So.
It could be a fire hydrant. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think that I love the idea, the artistic appeal of having the motion and then the motion of the background and the subject being at least as sharp as you can get it at 1/15 of a second. It's almost too bad though that he's wearing so much black because it's hard to see
Yeah.
the
Yes.
differentiation, especially on the backside and his little bag, his backpack. I guess it's like a bag or food bag or something. I almost feel like if of course it was timing and situational and all that, but I almost wish that maybe the lighting coming from behind you would definitely help with that differentiation. But as a whole, the whole idea of the motion and then the subject not necessarily all blurred out is a pretty interesting aspect of this photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was wishing for something, I would like the background to be a lot brighter.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, the sun, or it's in the shade there, and you know, he's in the street, he's in the sun, but the background is what you see is what you get. So
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing with that, Wade, too, is you could set up your flash for a rear curtain sync and freeze the guy, and he'd be sharp, and then you'd end up with a little bit more light on him too. So that's another opportunity maybe to try it down the road, is just use rear curtain sync with the flash on that.
yeah, yeah.
Larry?
Can you teach me how to do that?
Hey,
We'll go out one day.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. But
no worries. Yeah.
It's, I think we talked about a little bit of panning this morning, and that's an example of panning.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Just follow that person right up and click, click. You know. So. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
is there a problem with the pictures and stuff?
No? Why?
Everything's looking funny right now.
Oh, it could be your feed maybe, but it's just crystal clear at my end.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
this
here
is
we've
my
got
picture.
looks like a shopping mall. Lots
in
of
the-
architecture.
Sorry, I'm looking things up here. This is in Richmond Center, and this is really at the very beginning when I had my X100V,
Uh-huh.
and one of the very earliest shots that I started using. Now I did a little bit of editing. I tried to bring the brightness up a little bit, and then I tried to bring the dark up just a smidge, just to see some of the ideas and stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
And I did some adjustment on the colors and stuff like that, just to make it pop up. Now that the guy that I took a picture of, he came and talked to me. He wanted to join our club
Oh yeah, yeah.
because he's a photographer too. So
Yeah.
at any rate, I kind of like just the look of the picture and everything. Everything's kind of all balanced out. So what do other people think here?
Yeah,
I
I mean
always
you're
like
right.
to know what other people think. You know,
Yeah.
what is interested in me doesn't necessarily mean it's interested in lots of people. But I understand what I care about is the important thing.
Well, go ahead.
Anybody
Emily?
got some good ideas?
I certainly think. Oh, sorry. Was someone talking?
No, go ahead, Amberly. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Ladies
I
first.
find that they darken the light on each side of the photo. It is one of those elements that I think is it's very nice and artistic. It's very clean. It's kind of mostly on the grays and the whites, and then you've got the blue on the top. And then what strikes me as even more interesting is that the flower in the middle, or the flowers in the middle, is like a nice red orange, I think it is from what I can see.
Mhm.
And of course, the gentleman being smack in the middle there,
Yeah.
it helps with the symmetry. It's not like they're kind of off kilter. It's a very balanced looking photo. So I think that you did a good job with that. I like that. And you did have to bring some of the shadows up. It helps with the details. So I think that was a good call.
Yeah.
The whites look white, which is good. And I like that it's also not busy. You picked a really good time to take a photo of Richmond Center. I know that usually that place is bustling during the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
Well,
would
that was
like to
early
see
in,
this. Oh, I'm sorry?
that was very early in the morning. It
Yeah,
just
yeah, I would
opened
think
up.
so.
Yeah.
I almost want to see, or rather, I would actually hope to see one day the same kind of composition, but having a more equal lighting situation with both sides. This way, we see more of the full view of the mall in this hallway. I know there's probably going to be people, but I think if you try like a super long exposure, one of those ones that require an ND filter, you can actually get blurs of people
Yeah,
instead of
yeah,
actual people.
yeah,
And you might find that this blur effect with this long exposure might kind of help with the cool artistic effect with the symmetry on the photo.
yeah. Make it look like almost like ghosts walking through there.
Yeah, it could be something to try out.
Yeah, yeah. There you
Yeah,
go, Larry.
that's a
Good,
good
yeah.
suggestion.
Hopefully,
The
hopefully I
problem
might
is, of
remember
course,
it,
is
but
that
I doubt it.
most
Yeah.
malls
Yeah,
most malls don't allow tripods in, and
Yeah,
you're going to
that's fair.
have to find a way to secure your camera. Well, it can be done. I like
I was
the
shooting.
photo because it's got a leading line right in. I mean, the lines all point to the center. The only thing I could say is maybe you should have brightened up the guy's face and jacket just a bit.
Yeah.
yeah. He's in the shade part, so he's a little darker. But I don't have any problem with that. But everything is very symmetric. Everything's
Yep,
down the
yep.
middle. The flowers, the guy, the columns are just it's very well balanced. So yeah, so
So this was actually taken at 1/50th of a second at f8.
1/500th.
ISO 640. So
Yeah, 1/500th of a
1/500th
second.
of a second. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
F8
So
and
it just
640.
shows
Yeah,
absolutely everything. Yeah.
yeah. No, it's very very like I say, like Amberly was saying, the whites are white. They're not washed out or blown out, and they're just enough to see down the sides in the shaded areas. So it's just it's well balanced out, Larry. Very, very good.
Good.
Okay. Oh, and we have a bucket of blueberries. Someone's been picking blueberries already. 1/200th of a second f8 ISO 200 at 2.8. Very, very well done. And to me, it looks like there's even a little bit of water droplets on the side of it. Again, it's the person doing this, which is Amberly. She's got a real eye on this food photography stuff. You balance out your photos so well, and I think that little berry in the front right drop corner. If that wasn't there, I don't think the image would be as strong. I think that little berry in the front makes that image, that photo, for me. That's what I see in there. If that's taken out, it seems like it's unbalanced. The image becomes unbalanced.
Which one are you talking about, Frank? Are you
The
talking
little
about the
small
right
one down
side
the
or
very
left
front,
side?
very front, bottom right.
Bottom right.
Yeah. The little tiny one, it just
Yeah,
balances.
No, I tend to agree. I like the way that she's captured the basket. She hasn't put the whole thing in there. She's cut it off. It really makes it stand out.
Yeah, because it does leave a little bit up to their imagination too. Because we, like what is that bucket? We all know what a little bucket looks like and what have you. So you don't need the whole thing in the image. And sometimes I don't think it really adds to it. Having the whole container with the berries in the image. This is a much better shot of it and representation. For us to see. It leaves a little bit to the imagination of, how big the bucket could be and, what's on the other side. But it's just very well balanced out. And it's sharp and great, soft background, which is key to these food photography shots. Larry?
Yeah, no, very well done.
Larry?
Thank you.
Well, what I like to ask is, you took it at f8, but everything in the back is nice and soft. So when you're that close, how do you actually know that the back is still going to be out at f8? How
Um,
do you learn all of that?
Uh, my secret, well, it's not really a secret. It's comes down to using a bit of the macro photography. I do use macro lenses for these food photos, and when I get up close like that, when I'm up close with the subject, but the background is much farther away than the distance I am at to from me to the subject, and then from the subject to the
Uh-huh.
background. That compression helps with that blurriness.
Mhm.
This is all done inside of a room, so I'm very limited to space. So I have to try to make sure that if I want to have the isolation from the background, I have to make sure I'm close enough to make a decent photo, but also to be able to compress the background enough to make it blurry and not be
Uh-huh.
a
Yeah,
distraction. So
yeah.
that, and because I did use flash photography, so being at f8 wasn't going to be a problem because I could adjust the flash to lighten or darken the subject however I want. So
Mhm.
that helped with not having to play around with the aperture. So I can still get a nice crisp photo of the actual subject, so it's not like a small depth of field area for my subject,
Uh-huh.
but enough so that the background is actually blurry.
Mhm.
So how close are you when you take that shot with your camera?
Uh,
You have to
I
do
can't
any
quite.
reduction, or you
No,
take it
I think
larger and then trim it up a bit?
no. This is basically as it is. This is me being pretty close to the bucket of berries. It's. I mean, blueberries don't necessarily look that big. They're usually yay
Yeah,
big.
yeah,
I'm quite close to the
Uh,
subject.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's a
That's
great
beautiful.
shot. Yeah, and that bucket and the background almost kind of match in color, just a little different shade of it. So I'm not sure if that was intentional, but yeah, it's very very well done, Amberly.
Thanks.
Here we got another mannequins in the mall somewhere.
Okay, well, this is well, I got two shots of that. I mean, it's the same shot, but I did a little editing to bring this one down. At some point, you'll see the original one.
Hmm.
Um, again, let me see. Again, it's 1/508 at f8, and the ISO is 1250. And this is some of the very beginning things I did, and I was just going click, click, click. This guy was walking back and forth, and when I saw, when I got this one home, I really liked the look of it because he was kind of, looking sideways and stuff. Of course, as soon as I took the picture, he came and said, "Hey, what's happened?" And oh, well,
Yeah.
you got in my way. So he
Well, he
never
looks like
bothered
a
that I
mannequin,
took his
Larry.
picture.
He looks like a
Huh?
mannequin in there.
Well, yeah, he just works at working stuff in the all
Uh,
the different rooms and stuff like that. So that's what he's doing. He's going into that room behind.
hmm
So I did on this one. I did a fair bit of editing. When you see the first one, there's actually a lot of items that that are there that I took out, and
Okay.
there's still a few more items in there. You can see on the screen well, the screen, whatever you call it. That there's a black line running up,
hmm
and then over to the left there's another black line, but it's a little bit lighter up top. And I just kind of like it. I just
Yeah.
one of the things I've been reading and seeing on one of the programs that you sent me is lots of bright areas and lots of dark areas, and take your shot. So he was
Yeah.
in that bright area, which I liked,
Yeah.
and then everything in behind was was blacked out. I kind of like that.
Yeah. Well, that's the
I,
whole idea.
so
It's
I did
just
some editing.
yeah, it's working with the light that you have, and you got this nice beam of light coming down on him, which lights him up.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just works here. And I kind
Now
of
the
like
one,
him and the mannequins are all kind of similar.
yeah.
In their
Now,
shapes and things. So yeah.
now one of the questions is, should I cut out the back three? Would that be a better picture?
No,
What would people think?
I don't think you should. I think it works just the way it is, Larry.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
it's fine the way it is.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
I actually have to rebuke to that. When it first came up, I definitely I went to the man first because he was nicely lit. He's in good shape. He's sharp. There's the mannequin's background. There's a story being told. Again, this is not something that it could be helped, but I did find that the extra space was a little bit too expansive. Strictly speaking, the really big black space smack in the middle there, I think that if there was happened to be another mannequin or maybe someone was standing there or whatever, again, that's not something that you can fix, but that's what photography is, especially with things street and spontaneous photography. You can't help that. I'm not saying that it's a bad photo. I think that little bit of space there does seem a little bit off kilter, but your subject is very well done.
Yeah.
The man in the light is very good.
I think what would have been really cool if you were able to wait is for the guy to walk into that space then, Amberly, eh? Just so he fills that space. It would have been kind of cool if the light would still kind of shine on him, but fills that slot in there. So
yeah, but like I say, it's all about the luck that you get, right? You can't always catch the bird in the tree, kind of idea.
Yeah, you take what you have, and I mean, this can be done. I mean, if somebody really wanted, they could cut out that little piece and stitch them together, it's. And again, as you know, you've got seven things in there, and which is the odd numbers always working in photography. So.
And if you look really close, you can see the reflection of his head on the right-hand side.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Okay.
Took me a little while before I kind of figured that one out.
That's what it is. Yeah, okay. Wayne, anything to add?
Oh, I like it. I personally think he's got him where it's appropriate. I mean, I think that if he takes another step forward, his head or part of his upper body is going to be out of the light, and I think that'll detract from it. Right now, I think that he's perfectly positioned, and I like it. I might ask Larry how he changed it into black and white. Did you do it in camera, or did you do it post, or how did you do it?
Oh no, I did that on my computer on the. Why is this not? No, yeah. All of a sudden, things not coming in Lightroom. Sorry, Lightroom Classic.
Yeah.
It easily brought that down.
Yeah.
And when you see the original picture, you see there's a lot of stuff that's in there that I took out.
Okay, it's coming up, so we'll have a look at it. Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. All right. Next shot here.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
A square. This is a square shot of. This is my photo, and this was taken on an iPhone. And this is Tina's niece's little boy. So we were out metal detecting, and I kind of got him as a silhouette. I wanted a silhouette, but I added kind of a bluish tone to it, just kind of bluish tone. But his hair, as you could little bit see, just some color through his hair. I just kept a little bit of color in it. So. And he's kind of looking.
How did you add the blue tone? Did you use?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
From the temperature slider.
I think it was some kind of a sepia-ish color combination. Dragging that in there. So yeah, the blue. So.
Okay. No, it looks very good. I mean, it reflects the sky. Sky's blue in the back there, and I think if the sky had been a different color, it probably would have been a different image. But it really makes the image pop with the blue tint in there. Yeah, very good.
I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but that other person at the end there, I think what it does is it kind of gives it the depth into the image. I think if that wasn't there, it would be kind of a flat a photo.
Yeah, I agree. There are some images that require more than one subject, and you've done that here. So, I think that actually that subject in the background really not only does it add scale, but it makes the image more stand out a little, because you've got a little boy in the front and an adult probably in the back, but it shows the difference. They're almost the same height, and it shows the scale of the depth of the photo.
Yeah. I just, like I say, I like the blue tinge to it. It just in there. So okay. Now this is the other photo for Larry. So this is the colored version.
Yeah, so
I like the black and white a lot better.
Yeah.
You can see I did a lot of adjustments and stuff. Yeah. So
let me see if I can bring the other one up here. Hold on. See how good I am at this stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So because you see he's taking out the spots on the ground. There's some spots on there, and he's cropped out that entrance to the first mannequin there, and cropped out the back. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and the left.
And did you darken it, or did you take out that Lululemon's in the background on the colored version, Larry?
Oh, I took out a lot of stuff. There's the name of the unit across the back. Lululemon.
Yeah.
It's in the back there. I kind of got that out there. And there's some up behind his head. There's a lot of little bright spots.
Light spots.
All of that out.
Yeah.
And then I just dragged over the right side just to block everything, the rest of it all out.
Yeah. Yeah, the black and white is way better. It's just a better image of all. Yeah. So
it pops things up better. Yeah.
Yeah, looking at the comparison, you did a good job taking out what you thought was going to be a distraction and making sure that you closed in on exactly what you were trying to show. So when I see the comparison, I mean, that space aside, it looks much better with your edited version. I think it looks very good now compared to what you've got here in the color version.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just.
Oh yeah, I can see Lululemon there.
Yeah, you can see that in there. Yeah, so okay, so now let me just kind of go out from here. So this is another one, and I've kind of made it into sepia, a little bit of sepia. I haven't used sepia that much, but a kind of a lightened version of the sepia, and I thought, basically because of the wood and everything here is all kind of that brownish color to it, I thought the sepia I just thought, see what it would make it look old. I thought it would make it look old, and I think I got the gist of it.
I think the shadow from the streetlight really makes this image. I think without that shadow, it would be a little less noticeable. But I think the shadow from the streetlight really adds to it. It not only does your first observation go right to the dark spot there, but it follows it to the streetlight. And again, you have leading lines. So, very cool.
Well, that's what I thought, because there wasn't anybody on there. And I thought, oh, okay, just take this. And it kind of, focus down right to the very end. But, that's the thing. When we take photos, we don't always see... I think we see it, but we don't see it when we take an image. And like Wayne said, he liked that the shadow of those lamps. Now, I never noticed those lamps, the shadow of it, when I took the shot. But, it maybe subconsciously, I think maybe we do. But, like I say, Wayne brought that to my attention here, so.
Okay. I like the idea with the leading lines as well. The the wooden boardwalk part looks like it's the key thing here besides having the leading lines. The color looks very good. Adding the sepia does add a little bit of how do you say, character to it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I do think if you were maybe knelt down a little bit and a little more center, you could still see the leading line from the walk, like the side area on the right. But it would definitely, besides using the lamp shadow, it would give more accentuation to that, the detail of this walkway. You've got so much texture, you've got the lines, you've got light that looks really good. You've added the sepia, so it helps with that kind of brown color. And then, of course, if you manage to step a little more into the middle of the walkway and then lower yourself, you'd also see a more direct and maybe even more texture from that side. I'm not even sure what that is. I think it's like a little railing.
Yeah, railing there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this way you'd see more of that texture in the grilling area there in the middle, and then you'd have even more leaning line up to maybe either middle, top, or just into the center or something like that. I kind of feel like I wish I could see a little more of that walkway, a little more of that side, and less of the top area. But the coloring is good. I think the lighting is good too.
Yeah.
Composition could be played with a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. Now, as we get older, Amberly, we can't always get down low.
I know.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to go back and maybe redo that shot and try to get down low and take it from there. But that's the thing sometimes that, I think we think of it, we just can't do it. Yeah. And I kind of want to take it a little bit on an angle rather than a straight down shot, but I'll try your suggestion on the next time I walk down there. Anything else, guys? Nope. Okay.
No, I think it's a very interesting shot.
Excuse me. And here now we have dessert.
I wonder who
Dinner's
this
over
could
and
be.
we have dessert. So,
Yeah, I think that's a cool shot. I like the those. What now? Those aren't buns, are they?
No.
macaroons.
Macaroons. Oh yeah, right. Okay, and cinnamon sticks.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the flour is made out of what?
It's a type of spice. It's a star anise.
Yeah.
Star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do one
it's,
similar to this
very
last
well
time?
done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Very, very well done.
Yeah.
I noticed that you do have in a lot of your shots you do cut off the right side. I like that. Like Frank says, we know what the objects are in a lot of cases, so we don't have to see them all.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes your mind, try to imagine the whole thing. I like it the way it is, cut off, just before the edge of the macaroon, and it still makes it well balanced because you've got stuff on the left as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, your eye isn't bouncing all around. It's my eye is really balanced to the center macaroon. I like that one.
Yeah. I think maybe that's probably where her focus was, but on those cinnamon sticks, the very front of the cinnamon sticks are sharper than you can see the depth of field falling off, the sharpness falling off and getting soft towards the back, which is kind of a cool shot. Again, it's just the balance, it's very well balanced out, and you just got the eye to put these things together, Amberly, so well. No, I mean, really, seriously, it not everybody can go out. I can take the same thing, but I don't have the eye you do to put this together. And that's the thing is having the eye, how to balance out and make it look interesting. So that's very, very well done. Anything, Larry? What do you think?
So, did you specifically pick this for f.63 to shorten up the distance?
No,
Or
actually,
did it
it was a
automatic?
combination. I'm sorry?
Is it automatic that you put it on?
No, everything that I shoot is on manual.
Uh-huh.
Uh, again, strictly speaking, because I do use a flash in studio.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Hmm.
I actually changed the aperture maximum. I would say f8 or maybe f9 or something is the maximum I would ever really go, because I
Okay.
don't want to lose that blurry background. But I actually changed the aperture based on how I want the lighting to be, or how bright or how dark, as opposed to
Uh-huh.
changing the light. When I took this one, I
Yeah.
think it was just easier to adjust on the camera than to go all the way back to my light and change the light settings and over
Mhm.
time. So as long as it was still giving me the idea, like the depth of field that I wanted for what I wanted to shoot,
Uh-huh.
I wasn't gonna be too big on what kind of f-stop I was using. So that was probably what I was thinking
Do,
about when I did that.
do you
Yeah.
change your f-stop a couple of times and take, multiple pictures?
Sometimes I do. And as I
Uh-huh.
keep shooting, I
Hmm.
kind of figure out what the sweet spot is for the light and then for what I want to shoot. And then I just kind of
Uh-huh.
switch between one of those two. Like you saw, the first one was f8, but this one's 6.3, that kind of thing. Yeah.
This picture looks similar to one from last time we saw you. Is it the same one, or did you do a similar ones all this, like this?
That was probably on Instagram. We saw them on Instagram, maybe, Larry.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah,
I just
Yeah.
remember that little thing in the middle there,
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
the little club. I said, "Huh, that looks familiar."
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I did pull some for critique. Actually, I submitted these before you guys looked at
Mhm.
my Instagram. So I didn't know that we
Yeah.
were going to do that. So.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Very, very nice. Very nice shot.
All very nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So when are you going to bring it to us so we can eat it?
Yeah, there's one for each of us.
Oh, they've
Yeah,
already been eaten. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I guess it doesn't take too long. Once you get, oh, shot's done, perfect, bang, let's eat.
Yep. That's exactly how it is.
Oh, wow. Hmm.
Yeah, this one's just a little kind of a travel photo of a lake. I think just almost into the Yukon area there. Fall, and I kind of wanted a leading line along the edges, kind of, and then kind of follow it around. I like the sky; it was quite dramatic, so I thought I'd shoot that again. As you can see, it was with my phone, so but just the color, the lake is that color, and it's quite something, and it was quite cold.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, quite cold.
Yeah, no, it's I like the line, from the left to the right,
Hmm.
lower and lower and lower. It really does give a depth of field there. I mean, I would estimate that's probably 3/4 of a mile to the center.
Yeah, probably it's quite a ways down. Yeah, it is. It is quite
Yeah.
a ways down.
You know, you know what would be neat? Well, maybe not, but you see a part of it in there, the reflection of the trees in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, with an iPhone, it probably wouldn't work that much, but it would be a neat reflection photo if you could. Actually, you could crop it a bit. I don't know with an iPhone photo, but you've got the reflection of the trees in the water there.
Yeah. I mean, just to crop it.
It would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the area, all right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
it
doesn't
just-
that
let
make
me- let me
it?
just
Doesn't
level-
that make it different?
Yeah. Let me just level that out a little bit here. Okay. It's just again, it's just another shot, So
Well,
Um,
I don't know.
I
to
like
tell
that
you the
too.
truth, Frank.
yeah, I
To
like
tell you
that
the
too.
truth, I like this one better.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You
mean,
know, the reflection of the tree.
I don't know whether more water or less water. Again, it's just another
Plus water.
You know, because the sky is so dramatic. You know, that's what I really kind of liked. You know, so what do you
I
think,
mean, there's
Renee?
so many shots in there.
Yeah.
You know, that's it's very good. You know, I like that. Maybe a little more water,
Mm-hmm.
but to get the edges of the trees. But
Yeah,
you know,
just
I like
finish the reflection. Yeah, just
bring
just
it
to get
down
the
a bit.
reflection.
Bring it
Yeah,
down a little more. Yeah.
yeah, because it gets all the reflections in there. I think. Yeah,
Yeah. No, that's I like that shot
yeah.
a lot.
And then I don't know whether they could just add a little bit more darkness to it.
That may be a little bit much, but
I just added the black to it. I just added more black.
yeah.
You know.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So
I don't know. What do you guys think?
yeah.
This section that we're looking at, I think, is actually like a whole different type of photo we can critique.
Mm-hmm.
From the original that we have, or at least the original of this photo, the idea of seeing depth through the tree line, and then of course the water slowly being compressed, and you know the clearness and stuff starts you know, you can't really see much of it. That is a great way to kind of show of the whole scene of the image. Yeah, the whole image there.
Yeah.
At first I was thinking that in the tree line there wasn't very much contrast, which make people think it's kind of a mucky looking dark kind of area at first glance. But the orange that comes around, that's kind of sprinkled around the side there, helps with adding a little bit of contrast. It's not a lot, but it helps add the dynamic back into the darkness of the forest area there.
Mm-hmm.
So for an iPhone picture, that's quite impressive.
It's amazing, isn't it? You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, I mean, iPhone, and that's cropped quite a bit.
Yeah.
know, so
It was very impressive for an iPhone photo.
Yeah. And like I say, it just, you know, at that time of season, you just get that the little bit of yellow and the gold in there, and just kind of adds the depth in it, because a lot of times throughout the year, those trees are just like one dark kind of a blanket across the front, you know. So with those little sprinkles of colors in there, it just kind of helps quite a bit. So
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that.
but yeah, so I mean, there's two photos in that one. So it you know, so it's got the one, you know, we can follow it all the way around, and it's got this other one in here. You know, there might be something else in there too. So but yeah, it's very cool. Okay, so let's go and see what we got here. So we got here 1/110th of a second at f8 1/60th, and this was done on XF16 80mm f4. Is this? I think this is yours, Larry. Is it?
That's right.
Yeah.
So this was my it was my Fuji X, you know, the X-T3, and I had borrowed the lens, the f23 f2. And then this was, you know, like again early, I was wandering around taking shots and stuff like that, but I really kind of like this, but the background, I wasn't that happy, so I just started to eliminate a few things, and then, you know, bring the back down, and the light area, the right area, I just kind of popped that up a bit. So I kind of like it. Just wondering how everybody else likes it or not.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we do a quick zoom in on a flower just to check to see
if it's sharp?
That's 100%.
That's at 100%. Okay.
That's 200%.
Okay. Okay.
So that's 100. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I just want to say, first of all, cherry blossoms are my favorite flowers. I absolutely love the images that people can take, particularly to this. I think your thoughts of darkening that background was a very good idea, because when that image popped up, the moment I saw it, I was like, oh my god, cherry blossoms, that is absolutely beautiful. The branching off, the it's centered but it's also not, because it's branching in different directions. You got most bloom, the whites are white if they're white cherry blossoms.
Yeah.
um you know, and the fact that you lightened it up, the subject, which is the flowers, and then darkened the background, and that pop that you added. And as far as I can tell, it is in focus as well, so there's nothing to be scrutinizing in that. And this is something that
Mhm.
you could probably print a nice photo of and actually have it in like your living room or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me biased because I love the flowers so much, but this image is, I think, is quite well done. I think you went the right direction with the lightening and the darkening, and it just added the accentuation of the flowers, which was your subject. And I particularly, I actually really like it. It's very well done.
Yeah. It does really kind of hit you, as soon as you see it, you go, wow. And
Yeah.
and I mean, photographing blossoms, it's always tough to get a nice shot of the blossoms, and I think this here, the way it is, because I think the background is quite a ways away from the tree, and having it all light and just it is very striking. It's I think it's very well done, and it's sharp too. There isn't any kind of out of focus areas on it. So
Yeah, I wouldn't do anything different, Larry. I think that you've done a good job of accentuating the tree and the flowers. I like the closer I get to it, I can see the water a little bit in the bottom, but I like the way you've kept that. It fills the frame. I wouldn't do anything different.
yeah. No, it's
Well, one of
nice.
the
Like
things that
like everybody
bothers
says,
me is
it's right throughout the whole image. You've got things going everywhere, so it's your eyes are kind of following it around, and yeah, so it's well done.
I think, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. It's the upper right that kind of bothers me a little bit. It'd be nice if a little bit of the stuff was up in that area. The lower left and lower right are fine, and the upper left is fine, but the upper right is just kind of blacked out.
Where my arrow is here, Larry? Is that where you're thinking?
I think having that tilted over there would have been a little bit better.
Like what having what done to that?
Oh, what? Well, maybe somehow getting the unit and have it twisted around so the top part is just to the right a little bit more. But of course, that would change the how it looked at the bottom. Well, actually, hey, you're doing a good job there. Okay. Well, that's a little bit better. But having it go right up into the upper right would have been, quite nice.
I mean,
But
you know
hey,
what?
either
I
way-
mean,
either way
we
works.
did twist it, but you know what? I like the original better.
Yeah, I like the
well,
original better too.
I like the original.
Yeah, for
Larry,
some reason.
it is balanced.
Yeah,
I think if you start adding a little bit of flowers to the right there, upper right, you're going to have to do something with the lower left. And right now, it's if you look right through it, it's almost a diagonal. There's a space in the middle there. I would call that well balanced, and I wouldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I mean, I know what you were trying to say, doing the twisting, but I like the original part of it. It's much better. Now, I mean, I
yes,
can still see a little bit of like here where the arrow is. It's a little lighter. You could probably darken it a little bit more there. Would
Which arrow?
probably be a little better, because it's still we still kind of see a little bit of stuff. But I don't mind the things at the bottom. This here at where my arrow is here a little bit is kind of a little
Too
lighter.
bright
Maybe
still?
darken that a little bit more. Would probably do it. But it's a great image, and when I saw it, I was like, I'm really like, whoa, it just kind of hits you, So.
Well, I'd just like to hear from what other people would think might help change it a little bit and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, sometimes
I
you
enjoy
don't have to
listening to
change
other
it.
people.
It's already done. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 1/400th of a second, 5.6 ISO 400, 18 millimeter.
Is this a photo from someone in the panel?
Yeah, it's mine.
Oh. Okay.
I did an engagement photo shoot of this couple, so they had them in there, so I
Okay.
thought I'd throw that in, something a little different,
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, the first thing that I would have liked to see, or I think that would improve the image, is to actually place the couple more on the rule of thirds on the bottom left. Either that or to zoom in onto them more and then blurring the background so it's not as uh, distracting. So whoa, for example, the roof, the edge of the roof is like striking straight across the back of her head, and I find that if it wasn't so prominent, it wouldn't be such a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if we want to make sure the loving couple is more of the subject here, then we need to, or I think that it should.
I know what you're saying with that right across there. And this is sometimes when you're taking photos like this, you need another eye. Like you try to see everything that would kind of pop out out of people's heads and stuff, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't always see it. And I agree with you. That shouldn't be. It just kind of they should either be above it or below it.
Yeah.
So but,
That is an
Yeah,
adorable pose. I feel like,
Yeah,
this.
I think it's a good shot. While you got the thing there, maybe just drag it in from the left towards the center a bit. Yeah, there. My eye does keep going to the piece of water in the background from where the building stops.
Here,
But
you
if
mean?
try and crop it there.
just the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a stronger image.
Yeah.
What do you think, Amberly?
Yeah, I think that having them fill the frame a little bit more, unless they
Yes.
specifically asked for the background. I like the general feel or the theme of the background is it seems quite obvious whether or not the building is blurred. If they
Mhm.
wanted to have the sign or something, that'd be great. Having them fill the frame is one thing, and if I know that it looks like the timing of this, of course, the sun is already on the other side, because if
Yeah.
the sun was on the other side and lighting up their faces, their happy faces, or if maybe they changed so that she was actually basically, if I can say, as if they were mirror flipped,
Mhm.
them themselves were mirror flipped, so the sun was on their faces at this time of day.
Yeah.
This way, we see more of their faces than just their arms and their legs that are lit up.
Mhm. I know what
Um,
you're saying. The sun was setting. The sun was setting here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Did
it's
you
always
use a
tough.
flash
Yeah.
with that?
No, not with this. It was just just regular. With
No, it's a
sunlight,
good
yeah.
image. I agree with Amber Lee that filling the frame, makes it more impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I do have some other shots of the couple, and it just, but yeah, I know, like I say, that line there kind of bugs me too sometimes, but yeah, sometimes you do like, okay, what do you do? But it would be good to get, when you're doing some of these, to have somebody else just kind of do nothing but be looking for things that would stick out of people's heads.
Frank?
So.
Yeah, Frank, that would be a good down low shot, shooting up towards them a bit.
Yeah.
I think that that would make it a little more, well, a little stronger, I think. But you know, like you say, we're all getting old.
Yeah,
Hard to
that's-
bend down.
you might be able to get down, but you can't get up.
That's right. That's right.
Uh,
What do you think, Larry?
Well, that right unit up in the upper right of the corner there, that really starts to drag my eye quite a bit.
the Britannia, yeah.
So it'd be nice if you could bring that down, the color, you could bring it down a little bit, reduce.
Well,
the,
that's
the
where,
white
like I
quite a
say,
bit.
when we kind of cropped it out of there. So
Yeah, but you could easily bring their faces and stuff up. And just
we
brighten it up a little
let's
bit.
have a look.
You could do that.
I mean, I could.
You did the whole thing, didn't you?
Yeah, it just yeah.
But you should be able to just work on their face and their shoulder and stuff. To just pop that up a little bit. That would work. Not working?
Yeah, that's it there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the way it was before. That's the way it is now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So just a little bit of light in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that previous one looked good with the. Yeah, that looks not bad at all.
That one there, yeah. So
Hmm.
It's cute.
okay, onward.
Hmm.
Here we go. Oh, two
Oh,
eyes
wow.
looking back at us. Now that's really zooming in. And we've got creases. There's some creases and on the forehead and but it's sharp. We got sharp from the nose right to the top of the head. And it just I think this image has to be black and white. You know, I think the colored version wouldn't be as strong. I kind of like it. You've got kind of half cut off, you know, just above the lips there, and then the whole back area is dark. But very well done. I like it. Like it's just and looking straight at you.
Yeah. Whose is it?
Do you like it?
Whose is it?
Do you like it?
Yeah, I can tell you used a flash, I believe, or whoever took it. You know.
The maker is here. The maker is here.
Well, okay, Amber Lee. She sometimes uses flash.
Yeah.
It's either a flash or it's a, you know, a what do you call it?
Softbox?
You know, a softbox or just a flag type thing, or, you know, it's nicely placed in the person's eyes. I like the balance. You know, from the just above the or below the nose up. I think that you know it's almost the same from the nose to the bottom of the picture as it is from the top of the picture to the top of his head. So it's well proportioned. The ears are just about exactly right. So, you know, it fills the frame. It looks very nice.
Yeah, this was experimental.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, it's very good.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see
Now,
too many photos that really that close up on somebody, so that's why it's different too. So
Yeah, it was for shock value, that's for sure.
yeah,
you know what it looks like? It looks like a Time Life magazine cover.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I never
yeah,
thought of it
put,
like that.
Yeah, put all the information there. Yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I can see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very well done.
yeah, very well done.
And here, another street person. Together we say, you. Say you blank you.
Blank you. That's right.
That's what I named it. Blank you.
I
Wow.
see
So
that.
was this
Yeah.
your photo, Frank?
No, it's not mine. No, no,
Oh,
no,
is it Larry's?
Nope.
no. That's Wade.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
wow.
last guess. The last guess.
Oh, I'm
What
sorry.
was your question, Amberly?
No, I was asking who shot it because I want to say that's
Oh.
a very well, it's one of those thinker ones where it kind of seems like it's sending a message because the first thing I read
Well,
is
that's
things
what
that
I
I can
tried
read.
to do.
Yeah.
You know, when
Yeah.
I'm out doing street photography, I'm looking for things that not only subjects but things that'll enhance the image. And you know, it took a minute or two to get around to get the together we say, and I can't even remember what word it is because I don't think I ever knew. The guy's got his back right up against the window there, but you know, it took a while to maneuver to get everything in, and I like the way it came out. This is a bicycle courier. He's on his iPhone waiting for a call, and it's downtown. Larry and I were down there today. I didn't see anybody sitting there, Larry, or would have pointed it out, but it's in that HSBC
You should have sat Larry
building,
down there.
Pardon me?
You should have sat Larry there.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
could
never
have done
thought of that, but
Yeah.
that would have been a good idea. you
Yeah.
know?
I would have sat there with my finger like that.
I feel like though, if that was the case, that would make actually quite an appealing, mind-boggling photo. Something that people will go second, will do like a double take and say what, and it has that kind of impact because it's got that implication. Together we blank you, and if you had someone looking at you, making a face, some kind of expression, the power that comes from that sort of message coming through from that kind of photography would have been even better, I think.
That's right. Yeah, you get the
But
person sitting there and really looking at you in a stern face and maybe pointing towards you or something. It would be quite the shot, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, you know, certainly with these smaller cameras now, you can walk around and nobody notices. If I had had a big camera with a big lens, he would have been looking at me, giving me those evil eyes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about these small cameras, that people don't notice you. It's like shooting with an iPhone, you know. So I
that's
like
what
the
they
image.
almost-
I think if he was sitting somewhere else, it wouldn't have the same impact. You know, say he was sitting 2 feet over and was blocking out the "we say." I don't think it would have had the same impact.
yeah.
You know, it took me a few minutes to maneuver around because there's pedestrians coming at you every which way, and I had to wait till there was nobody, you know, within a few feet. So I'm kind of happy the way it turned out. You know, I cropped it down a bit, and no,
Very
wow.
cool.
Well, I got a question for you. Do you do any adjustments on the screen and stuff like that? Do you change anything, or just the way it turns out?
No, you know, I took it into Lightroom. I, you know, did the basic adjustments on the right side there. Then I took it into, you know, basic, and then I went into HSL, hue, saturation, and luminosity. I increased the reds and the yellows and the greens, and then I took it into detail and increased the sharpness a bit, maybe a little bit of the luminosity.
Now, what
Then
about
I took it down to.
the two little red things on the upper right there? Do you think that's something
Yeah,
that drags
no,
people's
it's a
eye
good
to?
point, Larry. I could have taken those out. I don't even know what the heck they are. They could be taillights on a car or truck. I'm not sure what they are.
Yeah.
But a good
I
point,
just wonder
Larry.
how much could be
Well, it
done.
almost looks like a Canadian flag, doesn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are.
Hey,
Yeah,
in general, that
you know,
looks
I
great.
could have darkened that down. you know.
Just kind of take that out.
Yeah. I to tell you the truth, I don't remember what that is, but it
It's
looks
probably
good
some
that
sort of
way.
reflection in that. I think it would have been so.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It
Yeah, it's
it's
in the window.
definitely a
Reflection in the
reflection from the
window.
street. Pardon
Yeah.
me?
It's a reflection in the window.
Yeah. Yeah, it
So,
is. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's from a car or truck.
yeah. I don't know.
Well, I just like to know what other people think. Is that good or bad or what?
I mean, it's got lots of the image has got lots of punch, so that just kind of adds more of a punch to it. But it doesn't bother me because my focus is still with the guy down here. That's where the focus seems to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though that's kind of bright there, it doesn't bother my eyes. I'm looking right here all the time. You know, and the eyes don't go away from that. So. Yeah.
Still looks good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
More
beautiful.
street.
Huh.
So this is
Somebody's been at Kit's Beach.
person at Kit's Beach. Yes, doing a sword dance and exercising.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I know who this belongs to.
I don't know. And Larry, I think, isn't it? Yeah.
Nope, not me.
I thought it might be Amber Lee.
No, it's not mine.
No, I know who it is because he had a episode on one of his
Videos.
digging
Yeah.
episodes that she was featured in. So
Yeah.
this
Yeah, I just
isn't
thought
taken
I'd
with
throw
the
it in.
X100V.
Yeah, I'd throw this in for tonight. Yeah, it's just kind of with these kind of leading lines with this carpet in here and her standing there, sword in the air, that sort of stuff. So I thought,
Yeah. Yeah. No, looks good. I like the way she's got the sword raised in her hand. Looks like she's getting ready to charge somebody.
oh yeah, she was
maybe you.
throwing that thing around pretty good. Yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah. No, it looks good.
okay. Another street one, black and white. Now hiring.
Well, I must admit this is mine. I like these grab shots. I mean, that's one of the things I'm always looking for is signs like this. I couldn't resist this. I took a couple shots and he looked up and I said, "I hope you don't mind if I took your picture." And I said, "It's got a great sign on the other side here. It says now hiring and the arrow's pointing right to you." So he laughed and I got my shot and walked away. And it's one of those. That's a street photography shot.
Yeah, you just grab it. Yeah, when you got it. So
Grab it and run.
yeah. Yeah, very good.
What do you think, Larry?
That's good. I love black and white stuff. I really do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, more
Well,
and more.
again, it's done in Silver FX, so
Uh-huh.
a little bit more range in that program than doing it in camera or even in Lightroom or Photoshop.
If you keep looking at it, you see this now hiring, and it's like that guy is being pointed at. You think he's getting hired.
Well, that's the whole point,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so
It's good.
that
Cheeky.
was I just put a bit of a vignette there, and I don't know what you think of that, but so this was the original, and that's with a bit of vignette, just kind of holding your eye a little bit more, just in the sign and the guy. So that's the way it was. That's the way.
I think it's a little bit too much. Maybe just the yeah. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Darkens it, improves it
Just
a
to
bit.
hold, just to hold your eyes so it doesn't kind of go off. So a little bit more focused in in from the sign and you know, and him. So
Yeah.
okay.
That's one thing about street photography, Larry. Is that you gotta grab them while you can.
Uh-huh.
The old saying, "Shoot first, ask questions later."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. Okay, so we have another one here.
Oh, gorgeous.
Oh.
Again, this is mine. I just like the contrast between the two people. You know, they're probably 8 or 10 feet apart, but they have no interest in each other. Lines are going straight to the guy, I guess, more than the girl. But I just liked it because it was it's another grab shot. You know, another 10 seconds. You don't know if she's going to get up and walk away or he's going to jump down and walk away. So you grab it when you can, you know. And I did a little bit of cleaning it up, and I kind of like it because it shows two people that have no interest in each other. They're involved in their own world, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, you never know. They could be texting one another there too. They're both on their phones, you know. So yeah,
they could be, but
they're waiting for a blind date, you know, and then they don't realize the person's down the end is their blind date.
That's right. Yeah, 12 noon.
Yeah.
Wow. Larry, that's where we were today in the art gallery there.
Oh, yeah.
There's considerably more people out there in this day than there was today, you know. So
Excellent.
I
but
want
that's
to
so
say,
What do you think, Amberly?
I find that the whole, you know, you've got, in a sense, two subjects, which is totally cool. But the fact that you have two subjects and they're not related to each other, like they're not having a synergy, but in fact are having the opposite effect by looking away from each other, and of course being, you know, a sizable amount of distance apart from each other, where you know that they're not really, you know, they're not friends, they're not related in any way, adds a bit of story to what it's like to be out in the public. And I think it makes it an interesting storytelling feature of two people, as opposed to these people are, you know, in one story together. But no, it's actually one photo but two different stories, and that dynamic
that's a very good point.
I think that's quite interesting when you look at it and you kind of think about, as the looker, you kind of imagine, well, I wonder what she's trying to do, and I wonder what his world is doing, and then, you know, maybe she's struggling with this or he's struggling with that. There's a lot of to leave to the imagination, and that gets an onlooker kind of staring at your photo, and they start to analyze the things around them, start to analyze what they're doing, and I think it helps with making people, you know, churn the mind. When you have something like this, because it's not your typical portraiture type of photo, and it's not really your typical street photo either, in a sense. So I find that mystery adds interest to your photography.
You're 100% right. It does tell a story there. And, no, I agree with your thoughts there. It's two different subjects, but one story, really. You know.
Yeah. No. Very cool. Well done. One more to go, gang. One more to go. And voila.
Oh.
And this one's mine. It was when the fencing championships were all on. I took this Canadian guy. I kind of like this Canadian mask. And
I think that might have been at the same one, Frank.
You're probably there at the same time, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I just kind of like it again. Just, you know, try to blur the background, so just keep the focus on him. And so, and these guys move around pretty quick. But
yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
I like that you've got the background blurred and you've filled the frame with the subject. So, you know, the whites are done perfectly. I mean, you see detail in it. There's no detail to see in the only real black thing on the subject there. But That's because there is no detail in it.
Yeah.
It's a matte flat black, So
Yeah, this was taken off my 300 2.8.
yeah, yeah,
And it was a great lens. Great lens. So that's it. This was the last one. You guys, so let me go back to where were we? Right there. Okay. So, if you have some more, I don't have a date for another critique night, but if you have more photos, put them together, send them off, and we can talk about them. For the next one, we'll save them, put them aside, send them to me, and I'll bag it and get it ready to go. Anything you want to talk about on another time? Set something up?
Well, I was just going to say, I thought that the Jay regular that you had on Friday night did an excellent job.
Mm-hmm.
And, for those of us that shoot Fuji, I've learned a couple things from him. And, I thought he presents well.
Yeah.
And for those of you that shoot, he's a YouTube channel, so you just have to look it up. He's got a number of videos there. I think Frank you've watched most of them, haven't you?
I've watched a number of his images. For sure. So, I mean, he does have quite a bit of stuff up. So. But let me just hold on here. Let me go up here. Let's go this. So this is Amberly's Instagram now.
Instagram.
And she's really worked hard at it. And
Wow.
it looks awesome now. She really cleaned it up. And so just be prepared to see some yummy visuals.
There you go.
Yeah, yummy visuals, and it is
Very,
it's,
very
it's,
nice. Very
it's
nice.
exactly what you call it. So yeah. So you got the
Very
two
nice.
photos here, and I really like the ones this one here versus that one. Well, mine's a little different, but again, it's that one there. Cool.
Yeah, I like the way she cuts off the
Yeah,
right-hand side.
she's got an eye for all this sort of stuff. So it, even just a little bit of that plate's cut missing there. Just at the right spots. So and the blueberries here, and over on this one. Very well done, Amberly. Yeah, your Instagram looks awesome. So it, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, when people click on it now, they definitely will. They're looking forward to it. So, but yeah, so that's it, guys. I don't know what else to talk about, but we've got it. We've seen it all. So, send me some photos for another time, and I'll store them up for our next meeting, and we'll go from there.
We're still scheduled for next Tuesday as well, are we?
I don't have anything scheduled, but it's easy to put something together. We could have another just a chat. I don't know where it's so hit and missy. With people coming and being on the show. It just I'm not one to constantly harass people. So if they want to come, fine. I still enjoy this, so we can go out, but maybe go out and shoot some night, go downtown in the evening. Summer nights are coming, or nicer nights, and go down and walk around at nighttime. In Wayne's neck of the woods. Yeah,
Right.
Are you up for that, Amberly? Hey,
I have work, so.
at nighttime.
Well, I mean, when you got work and you come home,
Yeah.
I think street photography and stuff is definitely your guys' expertise at this rate, looking at what you guys are doing.
Mhm.
I'm more of the studio type person.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I'd
no
love
worries.
to
Yeah,
see what you
just,
guys
yeah.
find.
But yeah, it's not always getting this stuff. There's lots of other things to shoot at down there too. So, but anyway, that's good, guys. Thanks, Amberly, Wayne, Larry. We'll
Thanks for having me again.
catch you on the flip flop and keep on shooting, folks.
Okay.